Top 10 biggest Hindu temples in the world. 1. Pashupatinath Temple, one of the largest Hindu temples in the world. This temple is a temple dedicated to Lord Shiva on the banks of the Bagmati River, which flows east of Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal. Pashupatinath, who is worshipped in this temple, was the national deity of Nepal until it changed from a Hindu country to a secular country. The temple is included in UNESCO's list of World Heritage Sites. Only devotees of Pashupatinath, usually Hindus, are allowed inside the temple premises. Non-Hindus are allowed to visit the temple only from the other bank of Bagmati River. Also, those wearing leather clothes are not allowed inside the temple. 2. Angkor Wat Temple, Cambodia. Angkor Wat is a temple complex in Cambodia, located on a site measuring 162.6 hectares. The Guinness World Records considers it as the largest religious structure in the world. Originally constructed as a Hindu temple dedicated to the god Vishnu for the Khmer Empire by King Suryavarman II during the 12th century. It was gradually transformed into a Buddhist temple towards the end of the century. As such, it is also described as a Hindu-Buddhist temple. Suryavarman II in the early 12th century in Yashodharpura, the capital of the Khmer Empire, as his state temple and eventual mausoleum. Angkor Wat combines two basic plans of Khmer temple architecture, the Temple Mountain and the later Galleried Temple. It is designed to represent Mount Meru, home of the Devas in Hindu mythology. Within a moat more than 5 kilometers long and an outer wall 3.6 kilometers long are three rectangular galleries, each raised above the next. At the center of the temple stands the quincunx of towers. Unlike most Angkoran temples, Angkor Wat is oriented to the west. Scholars are divided as to the significance of this. The temple is admired for the grandeur and harmony of the architecture, its extensive bas-reliefs, and for the numerous devatas adorning its walls. The modern name Angkor Wat, alternatively Naukor Wat, means temple city, or city of temples, in Khmer. 3. Sri Ranganatha Swami Temple, India. Sri Ranganatha Swami Temple is a Hindu temple dedicated to Ranganatha, a form of Lord Vishnu, located in Srirangam, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, India. Built in the Tamilan style of architecture, the temple was glorified by the Alvars in their 4000 divine Prabandhams and has the distinction of being the first of the 108 divine lands dedicated to Lord Vishnu. It is one of the most famous Vaishnava temples in South India, steeped in mythology and history. Beyond the ancient textual history, archaeological evidence such as inscriptions point to this temple, and these inscriptions date from late 1st AD to 1st BC. Hence, it is one of the oldest surviving temple complexes in South India. The deity finds a reference in the great Sanskrit epic Ramayana and is therefore dated to between 800 and 400 BCE. The temple has played an important role in Vaishnava history since the 11th century life of Ramanuja and his predecessors Nathamuni and Yamunacharya in Srirangam. Its location on an island between the Kalid and Kaveri rivers made it vulnerable to floods, as well as repeatedly commanding a military camp from attacks by invading forces. In the early 14th century, the temple was looted and destroyed by the forces of the Delhi Sultanate in a massive raid on various cities of the Pandyan kingdom. The temple was rebuilt in the late 14th century and the site was strengthened and expanded in the 16th and 17th centuries with several towers. It was one of the centers of the early Bhakti movement with a tradition of Bhakti song and dance. The temple is spread over 155 acres and is the largest Hindu temple in the world, incorporating 81 sanctuaries, 21 towers, 39 pavilions and several water tanks. The temple town is a significant archaeological and epigraphic site that provides a historical window into early and mid-medieval South Indian society and culture. Several inscriptions suggest that this Hindu temple functioned not only as a spiritual center but also as a major economic and charitable institution operating educational and hospital facilities. 4. Chattarpur Temple, India. Chattarpur Temple, officially, Sri Adhya Katyayani Shakti Peedam, is located in the downtown area of Chattarpur, Delhi, India. This temple is dedicated to goddess Katyayani. The entire temple complex is spread over an area of 70 acres. It is located in Chattarpur in the southwestern suburbs of New Delhi and is just 4 kilometers from the Qutub Minar on the Mehrali-Gurgaon Road. Founded in 1974 by Baba Sant Nagpalji, who died in 1998. His Samadhi shrine is in the Shiv Gauri Nageshwar Mandir complex within the temple complex. 5. Akshardham Temple, India. It is a Hindu temple complex in Noida, the administrative headquarters of Gautam Buddha Nagar district in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. It is also referred to as Delhi Akshardham or Swami Narayanan Akshardham. It is 8 kilometers from New Delhi. Metro rail is available. From New Delhi railway station there is metro rail service to Akshardham. This complex showcases thousands of years of Indian culture and Hindu culture, architecture and spirituality. Brahmukh Swami Maharaj, religious leader of Bochasanvasi Sri Aksar Purushottam Swaminarayanan Sansuda, was the founder of this building. His 3,000 volunteers and 7,000 artisans helped build the Akshardham. 6. Basaki Temple, Indonesia, is a Pura complex in the village of Basaki on the slopes of Mount Agung in East Bali, Indonesia. It is the most important, largest and holiest temple of Balinese Hinduism, and one of the line of Balinese temples. The temple is dedicated to the Trinity of Hinduism, the gods creator, Brahma, preserver, Vishnu, and destroyer, Shiva, located approximately 1,000 meters from the side of Gunung Agung, an extensive complex of 23 separate but related temples. The largest and most important Pura Benadaran is Agung. The temple is built on 6 levels, with a sloping top floor. The entrance is marked by a candy bender, split gateway, beyond which is the entrance to the second courtyard of Kori Agung. The precise origin of the temple is unclear, but its importance as a sacred site certainly dates back to prehistoric times. The stone floors of Pura Benadaran Agung and many other temples resemble megalithic step pyramids, dating back at least 2,000 years. It has certainly been used as a Hindu place of worship since 1284 when the first Javanese settled in Bali. In the 15th century, Basaki became the royal temple of the powerful Kelkal dynasty. 7. Belur Math Ramakrishna Temple, India. Belur Math is the headquarters of the Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission founded by Swami Vivekanand, the chief disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. It is located on the west bank of Hooghly River, Belur, West Bengal, India. The Belur Math was established in January 1897 by Swami Vivekanand, a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Vivekanand returned to India from Colombo with a small group of disciples and started the so-called Advaita Ashram, 2 at Belur and others at Mayavati, Almora, Himalayas. The temple is the heart of the Ramakrishna movement. It is notable for its architecture that combines Hindu, Islamic, Buddhist and Christian art and imagery as a symbol of the unity of all religions. In 2003, the Belur Math railway station dedicated to the Belur Math Temple was also opened. In early 1897, Swami Vivekanand arrived at Paranagar in Calcutta with his small western followers. He established 2 monasteries, one at Belur, which became the headquarters of the Ramakrishna Mission, and the other at Mayavati in the Himalayas, in Sambhavat district, Uttarakhand state, called the Advaita Ashram. 8. Tillai Natarajar Temple, India. Natarasar Koilapur, Sundarar, Sambandar and Manikavaskar are among the places where the Devara songs have been sung by the 4 religious saints. The temple is known as Chidambaram Tillai Nataraj Temple, Chidambaram Tillai Kuthan Koil and Chidambaram Temple. This place is known as a temple in Seva literature. It is also known as Fuluka Kalasam and Kiling. This place is located in the town of Chidambaram in Cuddalore district of Tamil Nadu. This town has been given in ancient times as Tillai. It is believed that this place originated 4,000 years ago. Nataraj, known as the rocking god, is not in one place but keeps on rocking. 1. Having the Uddha on the upper right hand is believed to indicate that the world started with sound. Today's scientists call this the Big Bang Theory. 2. Fire on the left upper hand gives a warning that I will destroy forever. 3. The lower right hand, like the symbol of salvation, says, Fear not, I am. 4. With the lower left hand, he shows the raised leg, signifying the place for those who take refuge in him and the devotees who worship him. 5. In this dance, creation, destruction and preservation are all in harmony with the physical laws of the atom. The statue of Nataraj is housed at CERN, the world's largest nuclear research facility in Geneva. 9. Prambanan Temple, Indonesia. Prambanan is a 9th century Hindu temple complex in Yogyakarta's special region, dedicated to the god of Java, southern Indonesia, Brahma, the preserver, Vishnu, and the destroyer, Shiva. The temple complex is located about 17 kilometers northeast of Yogyakarta city on the border of central Java and Yogyakarta provinces. The temple complex, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the largest Hindu temple site in Indonesia and the second largest in Southeast Asia after Angkor Wat. It is characterized by tall and pointed architecture, typical of Hindu architecture, and a 47-meter tall central building within a larger complex of separate temples. The Prambanan Temple complex originally consisted of 240 temple structures, representing the magnificence of Hindu art and architecture of ancient Java, and is considered a masterpiece of the classical period in Indonesia. Prambanan attracts many visitors from all over the world. Prambanan Temple was the largest Hindu temple in ancient Java, and the first building was completed in the mid-9th century. It was started by Ragai Bikadan and opened by his successor King Lokpala. Some historians who adhere to the dual dynasty theory suggest that the construction of Prambanan may have been the Hindu Sanjay dynasty's response to the Buddhist Shailendra dynasty's Borobudur and Su. The nearby temples and shrines indicate the return of the Hindu Sanjay dynasty to power in central Java after nearly a century of Buddhist Shailendra dynasty dominance. Nevertheless, the construction of this grand Hindu temple marked a shift in the support of the Mataram court from Mahayana Buddhism to Shivite Hinduism. A temple was originally built in 850 AD by Ragai Bikada and extensively expanded by King Lokapala of Madaram Kingdom and King Sanjay of Baliting Mahasambhu. A small red painted script with the name, Bikadan, was found on one of the funerary sculptures on top of the paladi of the Shiva temple, confirming that King Bikadan was responsible for initiating the construction of the temple. 10. Brihadishwar Temple, India. Pragatishwara Temple, also known as Rajarajeshwaram after its builder. Locally known as Thanjavur Temple and Paruvadayar Temple, is a Shaiva Hindu temple. Chola period architecture in Thanjavur, Tamil Nadu, India, located on the south bank of the Kaveri River. It is one of the largest Hindu temples and an example of Tamil architecture. It is also known as Dakshina Meru, Meru of the south. Built by the Chola Emperor Rajaraja I between 1003 and 1010 CE. The temple is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site along with the Chola Ira Gangaikonda Cholapuram Temple and the Iravadeshwara Temple, 70 km and 40 km to the northeast, respectively. The original monuments of this 11th century temple are built around a moat. It includes the Gopura, the main temple, with its massive dome, inscriptions, paintings and sculptures mainly associated with Shivism, but also including Vaishnavism and Saktam. The temple has been damaged throughout its history and some artworks are now missing. Additional halls and monuments were added in the following centuries. The temple now stands amidst the fort walls that were added after the 16th century. The Vamana Tower atop the granite temple is one of the tallest in South India. The temple has a large establishment prakram, hallway, and one of the largest Shiva lingams in India. It is famous for the quality of its sculpture and for being the place where the 11th century brass Nadraja appointed Shiva as the lord of dance. The complex has shrines of Nandi, Parvati, Murugan, Vinayagar, Sabapati, Dakshinamurti, Chandikeshwara, Varahi, Tiruvarur Tyagaraja, Siddhar Karuvura and many others. The temple is one of the most visited tourist attractions in Tamil Nadu.